Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? It's your girl Cranky Gikarabo. I hope you're good, I hope you're peachy, I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. It is the 22nd of December 2023 at 19:42 and I'm boiling. I don't really have much to say because same old. Caveats, wearing app makeup, it's gonna bounce off every so often. Or not, maybe I'll decide not to wear it. Anyway, whatever. That's a thing. And then captions, they are there. And they are sometimes not accurate, so please look out for that. Also, please look out for I'm so hot, like, whoa. They're irreverent. They sometimes use a small G for God. Look, I don't really have anything. I'm not going to change them out until further notice. I don't really have anything to say, but I just feel like I have to come here daily, so even if I speak for like 10 minutes, whatever. Yeah, it's hot, it's boiling. It's the 22nd of December. Yeah, that's what's good. Like, I really don't have anything to say. I don't. Just conquering, getting better, yes, from yesterday and the day before. And the day before that, it's better. A little bit better. I watched a movie again today instead of my own. Well, I did watch my content too, but I watched a movie. It helps to be distracted. Entirely. It does. It goes a long way. Anyway, I can't help but do that. Like, I wanted to cover my mouth when I'm yawning, but I did that because the other hand is doing that. Like, it's just a reflex. Anyway, yeah, I have to work out. It works. It helps me to exercise. It really goes a long way. But I'm not in the mood. But it doesn't matter that I'm not in the mood. Bottom line is I'm gonna do it. Daily I collect currency, and that currency is joy. And the only way to get joy is by working out and talking at the same time. These two things are a nice little combo. Just like a combination of slop chips and some chicken with like some buns and coleslaw, maybe a side of mashed potato and like a dip with wings. Yeah. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm at a loss for words. And when that's a thing, like, whatever. If the Lord does not rapture the church and I come out of this, I know people, they must teach themselves to stop with korobela. That's nothing for you. You know, korobela ne? Yeah, it's like self-abuse. It's like self-korobela. It's self-korobela. You know why? Because when it doesn't work, when it doesn't work, the sense of loss of the witcher is exorbitant. The sense of loss of the witcher is exorbitant because they are like, and this was my only high hope. It's like you korobela yourself. That's what the Lord keeps telling me about, like this guy Waku America and all these other random korobela monsters. You spike your own drinks with roofies. You roofie yourselves. You korobela yourselves because you give yourself hope concerning a person that's completely out of your league. And then when the witchcraft doesn't work, you're stranded with feelings that you allowed to be amped up because you were literally anticipating ingati uzodla ithambo lika Kentucky, and then then it doesn't happen. You slap yourselves with korobela. So all these guys with their korobela, shame. Worse off than the first date that you were. Just deal. Precisely because that I'm looking at right now that is feasible. I don't even shave because ain't nobody out here deserves me shaving. On the day when some other person that makes sense rocks up, I got all different kinds of wax activity. Everywhere except motlhogong. Because why am I laughing? Am I doing it now? They korobela themselves. And then there's the other kinds of sorcery that people do. When it fails, you end up looking dumb as well. Dumb. Just dumb. like career. When you bewitch your colleague to go nowhere and then she gets the promotion above you, you're gonna be even more better. You're gonna be even more better. You're gonna drop the ball even more. You were already dropping the ball. Already you kinda sucked at what you do. Already don't nobody have faith in you. Already you're always number 7 when it comes to the list of candidates to pick from in terms of what we need to do in these streets. Already you are number 7 or 12. So now you're gonna be number 15. Now you're gonna be number 21. This time around you will be even more behind because you are distracted. You tried to be number 1 above number 1 and you got shown up. As in up. As in give up. Yeah. Hey, as in lessons, guys, lessons. It's all about the lessons. I can't lay edges. It's all about lessons. You're gonna be taught lessons the hard way. Lo rutiswa molao. Lo rutiswa molao. Because right now, ukdelela ngati bogate 1997, that'd be you. Delela ngare ubogate. Waiting, bogate. Ising eya Humphrey. Just bogate ndokudela nje delela. Ele ya fanduka. Yeah. Jwayela abantu nje in nonsense. Kwenzakalani my computer issues in Kenya, but then again when you keep on getting delelad, boga dead, what else can you do? This stuff it's easy, it doesn't help. Yeah, but just putting it out there, I'm feeling better. Better than yesterday and the day before. Like you all know that I was under a lot of demonic attack, but whenever I feel better, it's like I relish the moment. I relish because I know it's not gonna last. You know what feeling better is like for me? Like I used to feel like this all the time back in the day. Like if I like just kinda normal, just flatline normal. Now the key theme, the general way I feel is always sorrow, lots and lots of sadness, like all day, every day. So when I'm in this mode, I relish. I eat it. Ngafike stock sweetie, take my time, you know. Don't chew the thing. Nah, lick the lollipop. Because I fell a lollipop thing. Sorrow again. Can't rest for too long. Because the wicked are like the tossing sea, whose waters bring up mire and dirt continuously. There is no rest, thus saith the Lord, for the wicked. So Jekaha Hosena Pomolo, since there's no rest for them, they insist on traumatizing the rest of us. Eh? If I can't sleep, Karaba, you're not gonna sleep. If I can't sit, you're not gonna sit. If I can't fan my face, you're not gonna fan your face. If I'm being scorched by the blazing heat, you're gonna be scorched by the blazing heat. So even if you're trying to swing on a hammock and go to Tahiti and just chill, drinking some like liquid out of a coconut, they out here shooting it up a storm like they're Hamas. Yeah, there's no rest for the wicked, and so there's no rest for anyone because of the fact that they're always being bitten by something. A person that's always like some flaky stuff. Ain't nobody gonna chill in their grill because they will insist that you get taken over by the thing that's making them itch until they flake. You know what rest is when you are dealing with spiritual war. You know what it's like. Ish, the way it's so rare. Back in the day when I was young, when I was growing up on the come up, during my teenage years, there was this very interesting show that lasted so many years, even after I stopped watching it. I was like, wow, you know when you keep doing the same series when people have moved on. Yeah, but I guess it continued to run its course because there were still people watching, right? Anyway, Survivor. When I was a teenager, there was this show that was commenced in America and then it made its way across the world, and there were versions of it because it just caused so much fire. Became a franchise. It was called Survivor. Yeah. Anyway, Survivor was hot. I liked it so much when I was a kid. I didn't miss an episode. It was nice. It was really nice. Yeah. And all these people, you watch them at the beginning of the show in Survivor, and they're so fresh. They're so healthy. Their cheeks are pink. They've got pouts. And they're lovely, basically. And you're like, oh. And some of the people in Survivor are like these jocks, like these strong, muscular men and these athletic women. And you look at them on some, that's the one that's gonna win because look at how athletic they are. Yeah, and then the round, blobby guy that can't run without huffing heavily just 1 meter, like 1 little meter. It's basically a 1 footstep, and already he's like julugaring. That becomes the winner. Yeah, be like, how this guy gonna win when he can't run? But that's just the thing. It's about being savage. This show on Survivor, how you get through the day. 1 minute. How they get through the day is just through like tact, really. Like the brain kind of makes you win that show, and not so much the brawn. But the brawn goes a long way sometimes, because brawny people tend to be the ones that, you know, make it when they suffer a whole bunch of like want, you know. When you were already very fit, your body tends to break apart less hectically. When now there is lack in the room, because you've taught yourself discipline, you've taught yourself not having much, you know, like taught yourself not eating the apple, not eating the pie, sorry, and choosing the apple. So when you've got that discipline, you will likely survive better when there's like no food in the room. But like, there is also a lot more fat to go through with a chubby person than a lean muscle guy, so sometimes the chubby guy wins anyway. And when like the show has like gone deep in, so we are like now in perhaps episode, I don't know, like maybe 9, 10. Yeah, everybody's nice and skinny now. Everybody's lost weight. You know, the fat guy's actually looking good now, and the brawny guy is looking strange. You know, too much jawline definition for my liking for them. Yeah. When muscular people lose strength and when they lose weight, they look really like strange. Okay, anyway, whatever. This is now what's going on, and everybody's hungry. People are struggling to eat. Yeah, it's just rough. Okay, it's just rough. And then they have these competitions where if they win them, they get promised like a whole thriving meal they get to eat. They're like full of just this buffet that is provided for, and when they describe this buffet, everybody's like, oh, and they're so excited. And the person who wins it becomes like a glutton for the day. They win a buffet and they fill their stomachs with food, and it's just so lacquer. Oh goodness, there's a lemon here. There's a watermelon there. There's an apple here. There's chicken over there. There's cake. There's malva pudding. There's dessert. Ooh. There's cheesecake. I haven't had cheesecake in so long. Oh. And they enjoy that for 24 hours. Since they won some kind of a trial. You get my point. They won a battle of sorts, a trivia, and then they get to eat for 24 hours. But at the top of their minds, even though right now during this 24-hour period, they're just like eating it up a storm. They get to choose a friend to bring with, right? They eat it up a storm, they toast, they cheers, they drink bubbly, they wait till it's monander for 24 hours. And they also live, by the way, you know how they're always getting stung by mosquitoes and it's hard not to sleep in the wild? Now they get to sleep in a bed, they get to take a shower, and it's like so beautiful. Oh, when the winter's like falling down their faces, they're like, whoa, they're basically just basking in the water. This time around when they go into the ocean to swim, it's because they are in holiday mode and not so much, you know, trying to catch some fish or whatever. That's survival for you. But then at the tops of their minds, like somewhere in a corner, like just yeah, maybe like perhaps where my needle is at, they know that we gotta go back to that gangster joint. We gotta go back to those tsitsiris. We gotta go back to those ants and those spiders. We gotta go back to that thatch, that hay. We gotta go back to making the fire by ourselves, fishing, to stinking. Even though right now I smell like soap from a hotel, we still gotta go back there and essentially survive. Okay? So it just makes that experience when you're busy eating for 24 hours and having fun and swinging on a hammock and dipping your feet into the ocean, not because you're fishing, but because you're just swimming. That whole taking a hot shower thing. Yeah. You're afflicted when you're in the middle of that joyous celebration by the fact that you're gonna have to go back to roughing it out again. And so it makes you enjoying that food for 24 hours and that leisure, that luxury, It makes it like, you know, it's not that great because it's not a permanent status. It's not something that's just gonna solidify. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow and the next day. I'm not looking forward to basically rocking up and living here for the next month. It's short-lived. It's 24 hours worth of a short-lived experience. So I mean, I guess on that day you eat your bread with carefulness, don't you? And you drink your water with astonishment, like it's written in God's word. On that day, all that juice, all those watermelons, and all that shower water is just, you know, a 24-hour respite before you go back and rough it out in the wild again. So it's not that much fun. You anticipate that tomorrow's gonna suck again, inevitably. And you gotta get to the end and you don't even know when the end is gonna come. You're not sure if you're gonna win. You could still get booted out, you know, eliminated. Yeah, like nothing is really truly joyous until you get to the day, do you understand, you guys, when it is declared that you have won the show. On the day when yours is a name that is pulled out of a draw where you have won, everybody has voted for you to win Survivor. That's the only time you ever really have peace. That's the only time you can look forward to the money that you get in the end. That's the only time you can look forward to the plans that you have planned. But in the run-up to, every ounce of like respite, every juice you get given, like a little juicy squeegee thingy on the side of a marathoner's road, it's just a like literally a 5-second respite, and then you're gonna rough it out in some jungle afterwards. Yeah, it's kind of rough. That it's not kosher, it's not cool, there's nothing okay about it, but it's there, it's the status quo, so I guess yeah, for as long as you're not aware, for as long as you don't really know how this all ends and you're still fighting for your spot, you're still fighting for your life, no respite is truly a respite, because you're anticipating dingier, ominous clouds tomorrow. A heavier-hearted disposition. You're scared even to laugh and smile. You're scared to giggle. You're scared to celebrate. You're scared to throw confetti on your head, even if it's just for that one day. Because you know that you've had enough experience with this game to know that tomorrow there's going to be peals of thunder again, rumblings, turbulence. Yeah, you're going to be getting rocked, swayed to and fro, as in a ship, a boat, a container, as a human trafficked person, as an escapee, somebody that is trying to leave a country by getting in like a shipping container. Yeah, you know that you're going to be rocked through rough seas, hard knock waters. Yet again, you know that that's going to be a thing. Yeah. So you struggle to really truly enjoy the peace that you're enjoying. Y'all don't know what you have, like proper. Back in the day, I miss a whole week, a whole month, a whole couple of months, a whole couple of weeks going by with me just being okay. When I wake up in the morning, I'm good. I'm the only thing that's annoying me is the fact that I wake up too early and I have to be in traffic, and there's this colleague I can't stand because she's got halitosis. Like, that's the only stuff I was worried about. I was not concerned about whether I was gonna make it through the day. I was not worried about whether or not I'm gonna live to see my dreams come true. I was not concerned about menopausing before I have children. I was not worried about being buried. Yeah, being the first one to die among my friends. Like, that was never a worry. All I concerned about was the fact that my petrol it does not seem to be taking me to the end of the week, and I don't want to fill my tank again until Sunday. So why are you running so fast this week? Can't going on. Must be all those trips to like this strange other like part of town for whatever reason. So now your budget is kind of out of shape. It's out of whack. You're gonna have to spend an extra $200 on gas. Did not budget for that. That's the only gray you're popping. Yeah, not fear of whether or not you're gonna live to see the year through. Oh, spiritual war. I miss those days. I used to think my life sucked. I was so bored. Yeah, I thoroughly did. I used to think that it could be better, like proper. We could tweak this, change that, you know? Yeah, now I get woken up every day with a feeling of foreboding. So exorbitant that all I want is death. I beg for it. Survival mode. Like, yeah, that's my life. Except for 24-hour periods that sometimes come, and there's so much euphoria in my bones. There's so much peace. Like, there's birds chirping, butterflies are flying, waterfalls, you know, springs just coming down. And it's like I'm in this tranquil space after like a season. Just a season of so much turbulent spiritual climate within that I can't even believe that I'm here. Like, whoa. You know what it's also like? Have you guys driven long distances, like maybe going to Cape Town or whatever, using the garden route from Johannesburg, and you enter into a region where it's raining? Yeah, you know what it's like proper, like coming from a region where it's hot, it's like super sunny, and it's so hot that like the aircon is blowing at full speed, and you can't even help but maybe like slightly open the window. Yeah, she said, and then next thing, like it's raining cats and dogs, like ever so suddenly. And now you have to switch off the aircon because it's also getting cold, it's getting nippy. Yeah, and you also have to drive slowly because it's all misty. You can't see the road ahead of you, but it was so sunny just a minute ago. It was so sunny, and then you suddenly just enter into this like rainy terrain, this like dark terrain where you have to drive carefully, where your life, like literally the risk of you not making this trip to Cape Town is astronomically increased. Your risk of perishing in a car accident en route Cape Town from Johannesburg goes from 5% to 35%, like overnight, just like that, instantly, like ever so immediately. It increases to 35%, and so in order to increase your chances of surviving, you gotta slow down, put on your flashlight, like hazards, always driving with them going. Slow are you? When you know, slowing down even your trip, that's going to add an extra like 2 hours to your drive, because you can't drive at the same pace even though you're in a rush to get to holiday mode, because if you do, you might actually die. When the odds of your death increase from 5% to 35%, you're going to also increase your carefulness, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's exactly like that. Yeah. Wait, is it just like you're cool today, just jumping up and down like a kangaroo? You're hopping. You're hopping. You're smiling. Yeah, just as I'm smiling right now. And the next thing, it's like lightning, peals of thunder. Yeah, can't even see the road ahead of you. There could be like an animal that passes by, so you gotta drive at like 60 kilometers an hour just to be able to dead brake on time before you can hit the animal, and then you die. That's my life. That's how I live. I'm driving a very long meandering road to somewhere, and until I get to my destination, the odds of surviving, the chances, the probabilities of making it to the next day and the next day change. Like, they're volatile, they're flaccid. One day I'm sitting on 90% likelihood of getting to the end. Like today, I'm on 90%. Yeah, I'm in Green Boulevard, that's what's good. But like Madibu saying, this robot sometimes gets amber and then red. And about 2 days ago, I was on red alert, where it is that my likelihood of surviving this thing was chilling on something like 20%, 22%. And it was so bad that I even said that I don't even think I'm going to make it past 2023. Yeah. But now I feel like I could make it to 2028. Because in Survivor, I've won a battle. I've won some kind of a challenge that's given me a hotel stay, even though I'm currently surviving the wild. But there's something at the top of my mind that knows that tomorrow I'm gonna be back in that hut with all different kinds of weird critters. Funny little, you know, creepy crawlies that are gonna come sting me and threaten my life, try to take my teeth out, put me in hospital or whatever. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to be driving in some pretty unstable conditions on the road, and the only thing I can do to protect myself from the likelihood of perishing in the storm is to drive at like, you know, 2 kilometers an hour. But like, I have somewhere to get. I would really love to get there like fast. You know, it would be great if I got there day before yesterday. I want to get to my destination because I want rest, like permanently. Like forever. Like, I just want to chill. I want to recline my chair too. Goodness, I also want to put up my feet. but I can't do that. And so when I have to go through a terrain slowly, it also slows my chances of getting there sooner rather than later, but I gotta ride it out. Gaming boards, that's what's good. You've made people's lives like gaming boards, you rando animals, you. Playing around with people's lives, putting them in dangerous terrain overnight, waking them up with macabre feelings of foreboding, suicide ideation from without them. They know it's not them, but hey, you done made them suicidal for the day, and they have got to survive the fact that they know that that's a threat on their lives, and if they don't stay alive until at least tomorrow, they lose the game. Wow, look at that. But I'm like so close to the end. I did not just lose weight for nothing. I did not just lose my muscle mass for nothing because I'm no longer exercising. I can't lift weights when I'm eating just a slice of bread a day. I mean, I did not just lose all this only to get to like number three. You know what that's like when you're like all sorrowful and your life is all sad and you want to die before you're at the very end, and you can tell, you can almost taste it. You can tell that you're at the very end, like 5 seconds to the very end. When you feel like you're 5 seconds towards the very end, perishing feels like that chick in the Squid Game. Yes, I've watched the Squid Game. It's very violent. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. There is a chick in the Squid Game that comes number 3. She dies, and there's only 2 guys left standing. And that chick, you know, it's sad to see her die because the thing that kills her is the fact that one of the games that she played, she got stabbed on the side. She won the challenge. She managed to get to the end, but like glass, like that shattered. Like, what is this? You know, that game where it is that they walk on some funny little color changing board, and if you stand on it, you could fall to your demise or whatever. Yeah. She and 2 other guys win. They get to the other side, so there's only 3 people left standing. Yeah. And then this chick, after she gets to the end, the game, the actual arena, just decides to explode. Like, as if, like, really, come on, special effect. We don't need it. The arena explodes. Do you understand? And because the arena explodes, it's made of glass, and one of the shards flies, and comes and just stabs her on the side. Like, the chick has won. She got to round next. And then she gets like a whole shot on her side. She hides it because ain't nobody trying to take anybody to the hospital when they're busy playing these games. Until eventually it becomes clear that she's, you know, not okay. It becomes clear that she's not okay because she's weak and she's getting all sallow, like she's becoming pale. Dark circles, like ghostly. And then the like lead character is like, what's wrong? And then ultimately it becomes clear that she's passing away. So she could have won, you know what I mean? When everybody's busy having dinner, that last final meal over that like checkerboard floor with the Illuminati all up in that obvious, like, you know, scene. Yeah, she can't even eat. She can't even enjoy dinner because, I mean, they've been struggling to eat, right? They've been feeding them just one little egg. It's been like rough for them. I can't believe I just scratched myself with the sharp end. Yeah, it's been really rough and what have you. And so now they're eating this like 3-course meal or whatever, and this chick is sick and she can't even eat her food, and she won't even tell anybody that she's sick. Yeah, she can't even tell anybody. And then she ultimately literally just perishes from something else. She just dies in her sleep one night. Like yo, it's like it. You know when you play dirty, like you took away that woman's shot at surviving. That's what giving up before you get to the end is like. You can tell that you are 3 people away from the finish line, and you gotta fight to be number 1, because if you don't win, it's like over. You know what I mean? Like you just lose after coming that far. Yeah, and you try to keep it a secret that you're suffering. You try to keep it a secret that you're really going through a lot, because nobody cares. For as long as you're in the arena, no medical responders are coming to you. No first responders are coming to you. Nobody's taking you to hospital. This game is literally fight unto the death. There's only one man standing. Everybody else dies. Everybody else passes away. Yeah. And so you keep quiet and hope to be able to get to the very end so you can go to hospital. But then you just end up perishing because you're bleeding too much. There's just too much going on. You're like, yeah, that's what's good. The Bible says that do not grow weary of doing good, for For in due season you will reap the peaceful fruit of righteousness if you do not give up. If you don't give up, like that's the operative ending term. The little sentence that will give you a blue eye when you are in the middle of such a hard knock, evil oppression. It tells you with a punch and a flank kick right on your chest that you're gonna be okay, but you can't give up. You're gonna be cool, you're gonna be rescued, you're gonna be delivered, but you can't give up. But at that time you're like running on like one battery. You're running on one bar. What are you talking about? I can't give up. Let me just go. Yo, yeah, you're running on one bar, and you're told you will reap the peaceful fruit of righteousness if you do not give up. It's all or nothing. Don't you see, you guys? I keep telling you guys that we're going home in the rapture. And when you are in the tribulation, you're going to be playing the Squid Game. You're going to be playing the Hunger Games. Feeling sick in the arena. Ain't gonna do jack. Oh yeah. Like vomiting. Find something. Like find some herbs in the wild that deal with nausea. You can't just go see a doctor. You can't lie down. You can't lie down. You just gotta have to keep on going. Oh, you broke your leg. Why did you walk without carefulness? Why weren't you more stable when you were running? Why'd you gonna go break your leg? Nobody's coming to fix that. You're gonna slow everybody down, so you hide that your leg is broken. You hide. That's what's good, yeah. With the whole band of miscreants that you're walking these streets with in the tribulation, you hide. They're bands of miscreants because, you completely ignored Jesus in the run-up to and persecuted the body of Christ. And now your toe is purple. And obviously something is spreading there. And you can't tell nobody, so what do? You just chop it off and hope to heal. And even your limp, you hide it because you don't want these people seeing you limping because they're gonna leave you behind. You're slowing them down. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. You need Fiona to come and tell you that. Weakest link. Goodbye. So you hide illnesses, diseases, you hide gangrenes spreading, you hide necrotizing fasciitis on your finger, you chop off your own hand rather than ask for help, and you hope that you don't bleed out as a result of that. You tell people you're fine when you're woozy. You tell people you're okay when you're feeling some kind of way. Because if you dare confess, guys, I'm not feeling so well, they're gonna look at you like, whoa. Hey, there's no time for that. Like, proper. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for you. Like, it's do or die. Survival mode anyway it had knock. So everybody is going to just take in their stride every pain in their body. Everything that's making them uneasy. Every dinner that you vomit. You are not gonna tell anybody you done did that because you don't know why you done vomited. You don't know. You have no clue under heaven why you vomited. You can't get a prognosis about it or even a diagnosis from a doctor because where do you see a doctor? Relax. Plum, just stay healthy, boy. If you're gonna go eat some funny little fruit off a tree that has not been tested, investigated, ain't no human being ever seen it. When you start to feel sick, go in a bush. Put your fingers in your mouth and vomit that out and hope everything comes out and hope whatever it is that was in it that was poisonous is not spreading to all of your internal organs, killing you slowly. You just gotta hope to be alright. Yeah. Giving up is not an option. That's what I'm getting at. Because you do not reap the peaceful fruit of righteousness when you give up. But when you are, like, really close to the end, but you're bleeding out and you can't tell anybody, yeah, you feel like that chick in the Squid Game. 3 from the top. And giving up sucks because it means the end of your life. But you just gotta take it in your stride that you got that far, but not far enough. And 2 or 3 days ago, I was made to feel like that Lady Chica in the Squid Game. Where I was in so much depression, I had so much macabre. There's just a whole ghoulish ecosystem of deathliness in the cosmos. I could tell that I was being afflicted from without me, but the feelings were so heavy in my heart that I didn't think I'd be able to conquer them. They appeared impossible given that I had just come out of that rain about 2 days prior to that. I just come out of it and here's that I'm in it again. Yeah, so I felt like it was the end, literally the end. To a point of even professing or declaring on the rooftop that the rapture is happening, there's no way. Because if at all it doesn't happen, I won't make it past 2023. I made that bold declaration, I did. Because I at that time felt like that was a reality. and I was saddened and sort of kind of low-key bashing my fists at God on some, how you gonna let me come number 3? Because this is where I'm at. Like, I'm close to the end. I can tell, I can taste it, I can touch it. But like, I'm dying today. I'm not gonna make it. Feeling like I'm number 3 in the Squid Game. Yeah, but look at me now. I'm at a respite, aren't I? Hanging out on the side of the street.